Dear friends, here we present to you the life and mission of the Sisters of St.Charles Borromeo between 1684 to 1784. 1621 to 1714 is known in Belgian history as the century of misfortune. It was in this century that the seed of the congregation was born. The budding congregation had to face all the vicissitudes of the stormy period. The country was under Spanish rule. During this ill-fated century, Belgium served as a battlefield for all foreign armies. More than 100 years of war, both civil and foreign, had plunged the country into serious state of depression and drained it of its material, intellectual, cultural and artistic life, and imposed on it painful territorial amputations, its boundaries changing after each war. It was during this bleak period the parish priest of West for the 18th, who was disturbed at the glooming state of his people, heard a small and still voice speaking to him. In response to God's voice, in 1682, he gathered the orphaned children of war and began to teach them with love and care. 5 young ladies who also had the same feeling were inspired by his work and joined him to care for these children. When the number of children increased, a small school was opened.
Presented themselves to the bishop and solicited his authorization to form themselves in the religious community and bought from their own resources 4 years of land to establish the convent. Showed a great desire to become religious and serve his people. It was on September 27, 1684, Father Adrian Bressy assembled these 5 young ladies in his presbytery. They were Marie Catherine Vaquin, Elizabeth Lepe, Marie-Anne Lepe, Margaret Delrue, and Marie Barbe Delrue.
The founder and his 5 collaborators decided to place themselves under the protection of the great Cardinal of Milan, St. Charles Borromeo. On October 5, 1685, they received the episcopal permission to wear the religious habit, which consisted of a black skirt, a black blouse with long sleeves tied at the wrist, a black apron, a black bonnet, and a white headband and leather shoes.
On June 24th, 1688, the transaction for the purchase of about 4 hectares land at West were concluded. The amount was paid from sisters' own resources. On June 6th, 1689, the foundation for the construction of the convent was laid. Father Aidan Bressy laid the first stone. On October 17, 1689, the sisters shifted their residence and the school to the unfinished building, trusting in divine providence. The sisters were happy to remain in a house of their own, which came to be known as the Abbey of Wes. On May 22nd, 1697, Sister Elizabeth Lepe was elected superior and confirmed in her charge by Father Virgilius, canon of the Church of St. Peter at Will. On June 1st, 1699, the Lord was pleased to call to himself Father Aidan Bressy, their founder and father.
On May 1st, 1715, the construction of the second part of the unfinished building, which was stopped in 1689 due to lack of funds, began again.
The first Mass was celebrated on August 6, 1726. Father Hoving was appointed the first chaplain, and from then on, the holy sacrifice of the Mass was regularly celebrated.